stop a Cherokee.
This thing does Cherokee things. You guys may have been wondering if we got invited to the off-road games this year. And yes, we did.
That pretty much says it all right there.
And I think we ought to build this. You might remember this from the Versus Challenge with Marvin from Flex Rocks and Rollovers. This is the one that he jumped in the air at the end of Trail 15. And it landed and performed flawlessly. And as you can see, this is a serious machine.
So this is a 19 Jeep Cherokee. It's a financial mistake.
All right, Josh, tell us what is the challenge for the off-road games this year?
We got a $5,000 budget, build a Jeep or a vehicle on coil springs, no shocks, and
Coil springs front and rear.
coil springs front and rear. And this has leaf springs, so we gotta rectify that.
Has leaf springs for now.
And no roof. It's probably gonna roll over. So that's gonna be fun.
So yeah, they told us not a whole lot of details, but $5,000 budget, no roof, and no shocks. But we have to then put shocks on it for the second round. And that's about all we know. We're also gonna have to have somebody drive it. Just like we did last year, somebody who's not an off-road driver is going to have to drive it. Hopefully that turns out well, because without shocks, it's not gonna handle very well. But we have plans for this thing, some really good plans, and under budget, or maybe right on budget, and I think it's gonna look pretty cool when we're finished.
If you have a rear view mirror like that, then you're golden.
We won't even need to back up at all with that thing.
So everybody's been wondering when BleepinJeep was gonna build a Cherokee again, or do Cherokee things again. Cherokee things.
All right, let's get to building. I picked this Jeep up maybe a couple years ago for the Versus Challenge for $2,000. So if our budget is $5,000, that means we've got $3,000 left over. Now the first thing that I wanna do is to lighten this thing up. I think my goal for this build is going to be not to beef it up too much, but to lighten it up. So by lightening a vehicle, that also... Can I help you over there?
Good.
By lightening a vehicle, that beefs it up in return, because what you're doing is taking a lot of that weight out of it, which is what breaks things. So if we have something really light, it's going to break less. Think of a Razor, a four-wheeler. Their axle shafts are very small, but they're also very light. If you put that kind of weight on a small axle shaft like that, you can end up breaking something. So this has a Dana 30 up front. It has a Chrysler 8 1/4 axle in the rear. It has leaf springs, of course, but in the front, it's already outfitted with a long arm kit. It's about a 6-inch lift or so. It's got some really strong, although rusty, not rusties, but rusty steering on it. Might also be rusties, I don't know. 35-inch Razor tires, which is kind of unique, but they measure out to 33. Actually, they measure out to 32.5. So they are smaller than the limit, which was, what'd they say, 33-inch? They measure 32.5. I don't know if I like the fact that they're Razor tires, because they're not meant for this kind of weight, but by the time we're done with this thing, maybe it will be about the weight of a Razor.
They are super grippy.
Those have to be stickies for sure.
Yeah.
They're super sticky. So as you can see, it's already got somewhat of a roll cage, although you can tell it's actually sprinkler pipe, 300 psi, so if we want to fill it with something and add pressure, we're good there. It has a very simple steel bumper there, a receiver, which I think we'll get rid of. The rocker panel's cut out, which is really nice. It's got some 2x4 box welded in there with this tube welded onto the outside of that. Saves you a lot of work when you buy something that's already halfway built, but it still has a lot of work to do. Got a winch on there as well. There's a light bar up top filled with water. Not a whole lot of fanciness going on under the hood here, but we do have some weight savings because there's no grill, and we also have a custom hot air intake.
Carbon fiber though.
Oh yeah, it's one of those
Inverted
cone filters. Very nice. We have some exciting news for you guys. You've been asking us for years if we would do a t-shirt with one of our builds on it, and that time has come. Check this out. The Holy Grail is getting its own t-shirt, Mad Max style. We're going to be unveiling this at the off-road games this year, But we're doing a pre-order right now, so if you'd like to get your hands on a shirt, this is the one and only time, if you're not going to be at the Offroad games, that you can get it. So go over to BleepinJeep.com, pre-order your shirt, and we'll be sending those out right around the time of the Offroad games. Get your shirt now. I want to make a scientific experiment. So like I told you, I want to make a low center of gravity rig, which means lightening it up, but we're not going to know if that made a difference unless we scientifically test it out. So I thought it would be a good idea to roll it over.
That's a great idea.
So what I want to do, put an inclinometer in there and roll this thing over and see at which point it tips over and falls on its side currently in its current state. We're going to do the same experiment when we get finished building it and see if we've changed anything, basically. Whether we can do that or not, we won't know unless we test it. So let's test it. You got anything smart to say?
Smart? No.
It wouldn't be a fair comparison if there was nobody in the vehicle. So do you want to be in or you want me to be in?
I'll go in.
Watch out for all the bottles rolling around in there. Alright, so there's your inclinometer, and you can hear Josh's voice as he screams. Ah! Ah! Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here you go. How's it feel?
It feels all right. We're at 15 degrees.
Okay.
That's right around 30. This thing's getting sticky. Go slow because it's sticky. I have to keep tapping it. Should have used the digital one. 52. This thing's all over the place.
Oh, there it goes. Oops. You all right?
Oh yeah. We're at 96 degrees now.
How many degrees are you at now?
96.
Swung his body to the side.
See what I mean? If we didn't have to worry about engine oil and stuff getting in the wrong places, you just roll it like that. You could check all your joints right at eye level, check all your suspension stuff, even change some things. Imagine doing your transmission like that. Might be a little easier. Watch your toes. All right. So did we get any good data from that? The mirror cracked a little bit. Where did it roll?
Somewhere between 45 and 50.
All right.
That's not real world, guys. Don't think you can go on a 50-degree incline and not roll.
Sure you can. Don't know what he's talking about. Now we can start. Oh, that's not good. All right, so one of the rules that we have to do for the off-road games is there has to be no roof. So I think while we're doing that, we should go ahead and make this thing as light as can be. Let me know your suggestions, but my suggestion is that we take off everything that is not needed to make this a vehicle, except for the windshield. I would like to have a windshield because not having a windshield is really sucky, especially in the winter and especially in the sand.
Agreed.
I'm thinking we take the doors off and we just cut right behind. We can keep the light bar. Let's keep the light bar right where it's at and we'll cut right behind it maybe.
Is that unnecessary weight up top?
But it's cool factor. Light bars before lockers. We could take it off and put it
Right here.
right up front.
Right up front. Take the doors off like this. Just like that.
Just like that. There. Oh, that's simple. Somebody's already done the modification for us. And then we'll cut maybe like right here. We'll take the hatch off.
If we cut here, we keep some of the strength.
What strength?
Good point.
It'll flex better. Do a little snip snip. This wire right here for the speaker is just coming through, going in front of the radio. And then just...
Isn't that classy?
Whatever you're pulling on there is also pulling over here. This is going a lot quicker than I imagined. We'll have this ready to rock and roll in 5 minutes. We caught a little souvenir from our rollover yesterday.
A rock.
Yeah. All right. Hold on a sec. Check these out. So this is a modification you can do to the Cherokee hinge on the older body style. You just cut it right there, cut the hinge, and then it just slides right out as you lift it off. What's cool about that is you can have full doors and you can buy a set of half doors, cut them, and then just swap them back and forth in the summer and the winter. That was the cool thing to do back in the day. Or you just, if you're like me, I just took my doors off very carefully when I was in high school. I took them off with a little wrench on my lunch break and then went back to school thinking I was really cool. But nobody thought I was cool, just me. Huh? Yeah, kind of worked. My wrist is still half broken, so I'm gonna use my foot.
That's pretty lit.
What do you say we cut it there. We'll take that chunk out. And then you're thinking that this has strength to it?
Yeah, that's like frame right there.
So
Just
we'll
because where the
cut-
pinch weld is.
Maybe right here. And for now, we'll cut here. We'll probably leave this one of these for last so that the roof doesn't fall in. Yeah, we have to keep this, so we'll cut it right along there. Which in that case,
You just cut it from the
the
bottom.
light bar will stay. What do you think about the hood and the fenders?
Gone.
I don't think we need a hood.
Gone. Get
Got
off.
another 2 pounds
Yeah.
there.
Take it off. We'll cut it out of there. You got a demolition sawzall.
We gotta make sure though that whatever we do, the radiator support in good shape.
Yeah.
Because you don't want your radiator.
Flopping.
It's a little floppy already.
They've already started.
Look at this hole.
That's the hole.
Is that what this is? Oh yeah. Geneva. What is area code 276?
I don't know.
Western part of Virginia. Feels like a real chop shop now.
Taillights.
Taillights don't work at all.
No, there's no bulbs, no wires.
Alright, well we'll take it off, and that one's junk anyway, but this one's good. I don't think these are necessary to you, these little step plates. We'll save another 8 ounces. Getting lighter by the second. All right, you guys ready for this? It's time for the roof to come off.
Perfect.
Nice! We now have a convertible. Does anybody need a roof for a Cherokee?
I need a roof for a Grand Cherokee.
Wait. You know what's crazy is that still looks just like a Cherokee.
Yeah.
Look how light that thing is. Josh was doing some testing on colors. What color do you think we should paint whatever's left, which is not much, but the cage, I guess? He's got gold, got silver over here, and then somewhere we had
Color change.
this color changing duplicolor. I don't know, what would you call that? Maybe a chameleon color? When I was a kid in elementary school, I had a bike that I painted gold. I did pinstripe like swirls all over it, and I thought it was so cool, and then it got stolen right after I did that. And I don't know what ever happened to that thing.
That's a shame.
They probably took it and thought it was disgusting and threw it in the sewer, I bet. I don't think I ever checked all the sewers.
It's actually pretty stiff.
Yeah, it's not bad. So we'll probably tie this in just in case. We don't want that crashing down on our heads. I'm also going to modify this a little bit. That would hurt really bad if you smacked your head on there. I know a lot of the people in the comments are thinking, that thing's not gonna hold up. Well, we're not finished. We're gonna add a little bit more tube before it's all said and done. Stinking hood. What are they even for anyway? Almost got me. Oh yeah. I think removing the fenders makes it look much worse.
Oh yes, that is classy.
So much class.
Nice.
Hey John,
Yeah.
we got a package from Matt's Offroad.
Oh sweet.
I hope it doesn't say something like, never mind, we need you to have a roof.
We got a roof. We'll just take it with us.
I thought it was going to be instructions for this, or an official invite. They got it packaged really well. It's the Golden Nugget and the Rokon, signed by Ed. And is that Matt's signature?
Yeah.
It's only got one T.
Sweet. I didn't know there was a golden nugget one. Man, now I'm gonna have to get one of those.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Very nice.
That would suck if we got there and they're like, we didn't invite you guys. That's really awesome. I need to get another screw and hang it up here next to the banana. So right here I've got, it says to Bleepin' Matt. It's got Tom Tom, Jamie, Maddie, Lizzie. Looks like Tucker, Ed. Oh no, there's Tucker. Who's that? I can't tell. I'll put it right there for now. Beautimus Maximus. You know, here in Tennessee, we don't get snow very often, and Josh had a great idea. We have the perfect makings of a sled right here. I think that sounds like fun. Yeah, it's gonna be great. All right, we got Ella making snowballs over here. You're making those for Josh, right?
Yeah.
Josh says, I'm over it. I used to live in Pennsylvania. This sucks.
It's cold, it's wet. It's the wet part.
It's only wet if you melt it. Hey! Oh yeah, look at that cup holder. Check that out. What do you think of that?
That's pretty cool.
That's gonna be our sled. Uh-oh, it's getting a snow pile up. Don't hit us into any mailboxes. No telephone poles. Ella, if we get into danger, bail towards the safe side. Wait,
What's the safe side?
I don't know. Uh-oh. Hopefully that doesn't pile up too much and come over the ledge. Not too fast! Uh-oh, we're going downhill. One, two, three.
You got him. Oh, yeah.
We can't see anything. We need goggles really bad. Try that. All right. It would be fun if we had a face shield or a windshield. I feel like we're riding on Santa's sleigh. Pretty cushy actually with this added seat. Snowball! have fun?
Yeah.
Josh, you want to go for a ride? Huh. You sure? It's really fun.
I can't handle that much fun.
Where'd all these snowballs come from? Josh thinks he's a speed racer. You almost hit that tree. He's crazy. Somebody else up there has got the same idea. They're pulling a sled behind the Jeep. You ever had a Jeep Cherokee?
No.
That's why I like them. They're so awesome.
Definitely not one like that.
It's a lightweight model.
Take it for a drive.
Came loose.
Yeah.
That'd have been more fun in two-wheel drive.
No, four-wheel drive's funner. Two-wheel drive won't do donuts as good as four-wheel.
This thing's ready for windrush.
It is. It is ready for windrush. I mean, that's half a Cherokee and the roof. It's not all that much.
Alright guys, we did all this weight savings, but I'd like to know how much we actually saved. So, we're going to start putting things on the scale. Josh is going to add them up on his handy dandy calculator, and we'll see what we come up with. We have one hood, 39 pounds. How about a 2-inch receiver? Oh man.
30.5.
This might take a while.
This is gonna take a while.
Okay, how much do you think the back hatch weighs?
30 pounds. Wow.
55.4 pounds.
Surprised it's that much. 60.
How much would you guess a rear door weighs?
55.
I'm gonna go with 38. Oh, it's 45.8. Okay. We've got one more thing, but we should probably take the scale out to it. All these unneeded things on these Jeeps, I mean, why do they even come with them in the first place?
How much does a roof weigh?
70 pounds.
Good guess. 66.
23.4. Alright guys, so here is what we came up with. All the stuff in a Jeep that doesn't belong. Plus a roof that's still hanging out outside. Josh, what did we come up with for the final weight of all that stuff?
You guys, don't cheat. Right now, put a comment. Guess. Okay. You guess.
550 pounds?
Wow. Okay, so it's 536.
536 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, they only weigh 1,000 pounds to begin with. The thing is, though, all that weight that we took out, a lot of it came from up high. So that makes a huge difference in the center of gravity. Everything that's left is very low. The only issue is now we have to add about 550 pounds of roll bar to make this thing structurally sound enough to take a roll. Maybe we'll weigh it as we weld it in to see how much we're actually adding back in. A new A pillar, B pillar, C pillar, need an X in the middle, and then we need seatbelt harnesses.
Maybe 100 pounds.
But we have some more tricks up our sleeve as well to get a even lower center of gravity.
Yes.
All right, it's getting really late in the day. We're gonna end this one here. We're gonna continue working on this for the off-road games, so check back and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Peace.